and it's in Mexico. Um, they called the validated cenote, Valladolid, cenote, Cenote. Okay, and if you Google that cenote, Mexico cenote, you will come up with this discovery that I've actually found. I'm gonna take you to the cave systems where I found this. What's important about this is you notice how the turtle shell is like a helmet, but more particularly is that a turtle shell has these designs in it. You can tell the age of the turtle, almost like tree rings, but these are different types of rings, and it's just specific designs. And then this shell, like hardened shell, like um, squares here. You see this on the bottom of the shell right in here. Well, I've discovered this in a cave system where the Mayans did sacrifices and all. Okay, so I want to show you this, and you see how the leg come out from the turtle body, the back leg, and here's the front leg, and there's the turtle head. I'm going to take you to something that I've discovered, and where we're going to go, forward or backwards. Let's see if we can go this way. Here's the cave system that I've actually found that in, and I'm going to call your attention to over here. Oh, this is not a clear picture. I'm going to go to another picture. But this is that cave system called the Cenote in Mexico. And this is how the beautiful location. And you can see where these cenotes are supposed to be created through a natural effect of water pouring in through, finding a voided spot in the earth, and the water pours in from the tops, and this is supposed to be carved by water. I'm going to go back again because I got to get a clearer picture for you. We're there yet? No. Alright, we have one here. This is the first one. Now, here, if you Google the cenote, I'm going to take you here to this location right here. When you Google Mexico Cenote, there's a little man standing here. There's a man standing here. They actually swim in this, and they use these locations now today as recreational for swimming and all. And then when you Google, you'll see people swimming in these locations. You'll see some beautiful ones. But look for this particular one that I have. What I found very interesting about this is that, through my paranormal experience and encounter, is that when I look at this, I don't look at this in a normal way as you or anyone else would look at it. I look at it through the sense of my paranormal sense of being, my mindset and all. I'm drawn to it in a different way. When I look at this image here, I feel like I'm inside of a system, like a well system or a septic system. I've made septic systems. I've looked inside of them. I've actually created them, and what I'm telling you is that people, when you look at this picture here, you can see different levels of set block in a circle. This is not no natural made structure. This is something that is man-made, and it has different levels. I can even count the levels from which these blocks were stacked on top of each other. And there's the first level here, which is in the ground of that cave system. So you got one, then there's two, there's the second level, then there's the third level, and then the fourth level would be right there to the ground. And then this would be where there's a circle where it caved in, or whether there's this circle up on top here, or whether it was a lid or entranceway. But this is different levels, and you can count them. I can count them from the top. One, which would be the ground level. Two, which would be the second level. Then three, and then four, and then finally the ground of the cave, which could actually even be even deeper yet, because this may have filled up with soil over a period of time. You see what I'm saying? So this could even go deeper yet. And it's my position that this is something that was made. Now, the next thing is, what I was telling you about the turtle over there, is that there are giant turtles here. This man, how I know that they're giant turtles, because here's a man right here. And that turtle seems to be, well, there's the first turtle, because there's like three turtles here. This man, I could imagine that this turtle could possibly eat about 20 or 30 of these men as an appetizer. That's how big this turtle's body is right here. And I'm going to show you something. There's also carvings that I'm going to show you. Would you like no cancel? All right. Now, I'm going to come in a little closer to give you an idea of where we're at here. I'm going to show you the larger turtle, and then I'll show you and you can Google this for yourself. Remember when I told you about the turtle leg and the limbs? Well, there's the limb, the left front limb of the turtle. And here's that telltale shell of the turtle shell right here. And then what's crazy about this is it has a smaller turtle shell on its back. And everything that I just showed you with that turtle design, the way the shell comes in around the body, those circles, them half a circles, they give that shell, that turtle a telltale sign of looking like a helmet. Both of these objects have that right there. Both of them. Right here, 1 and 2. So you have two objects to identify to be that of a turtle. One is the turtle shell here and a turtle shell there. The one on the bottom is larger. And then this even has a leg coming out in the front, which would be the left leg here, and then something coming out of the back here, which would be the left back leg. And then it has a turtle head, which is over here. Now, how did this happen? How is these turtles laying here and people will not see them? Well, and how would they be preserved over time, these giant turtles? And there's also another head coming out of the water right over here on this side here, which I don't think you can actually see. Right here, here's another turtle head with the mouth open right there. That's the opening of the mouth. There's the eye. And here's the head. Now, that turtle head is facing over towards this turtle head, which is coming in from this direction. And here's the turtle body. And all of the symmetry was just dealing with the design of the turtle shell is there, and the creature here. And looking like this creature is over here too. So we have 3. Now, how did this happen? It's my position that through Mount Vesuvius with the in Pompeii, where those victims back in time, that ancient eruption where there were victims frozen in time, cemented in place. This is the same exact, almost like sculpted in place. I believe that this is what has happened. I believe that these creatures were actually solidified in place by some type of volcanism, which happened, ancient volcanism, which actually seeped down into here and captured these creatures in their soul and actually frozen them in time. And they look like they're cemented in place. And the reason why this was never discovered is because no one has never actually given rise or given thought to something like this happening, or for such creatures to exist on such an enormous state of being. But however, through my ongoing paranormal experience and encounter, which is demonstrated through my 500 plus videos, I can continue to bring you amazing videos like this. Now keep in mind that the Mayan has made sacrifices in these caverns and such caverns. And when I told you that these locations were man-made. Now, if you come over here to this side over here, I don't know if I can get you here. Let me see if my pointer is right there. I'm going to have to come over. Or I probably have to lower this back some. Here. In this corner, depending on the resolution of the picture that you Google, there's carvings. Here's the first level of carvings. I found a similar thing in the Grand Canyon with these carvings. And they go one by one. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to take you here first. Here's like a king's crown right here. This part here, this square part right here, is a king's crown. Then it comes down under the king's face. There's his temple. There's his eye. There's his nose. There's his mouth. And there's his chin. And oh, the ear is right there as well too. Here's the ear. You have a face of a king right here. Okay, then you have another creature, which is of another king, facing that king. This is a normal face here of what we would imagine for a man-like face to look like, a man of color. That's what this is right here, a king's face. Then you have a monkey's face wearing a crown. There's a crown right there, people. There's the points of the crown right there. That monkey's face, and I can draw it out as clear as day for you. There's the monkey's face, there's a nose, there's an eye. It's a reptilian monkey's face right there, facing this guy's face. So you have 1, 2, and then there's a third face behind that, and I can see the multi-dimensional faces, which tell us the story behind this all. I'm going to put this on my Google Plus, my Facebook page, and on Twitter, to be on Twitter. I'll highlight these and I'll put them on a slideshow. So look for my slide video so I can make these highlights for you of the turtles over here and of these king figures, which is one is a monkey and then one is a man figure right there. Now above that you'll see a reptile like creature up here, and it's wearing some type of headgear that looks symbolizing of some type of royalty up on top in this level right here. You can see actual reptile beings in this location right here, and the same way that I'm describing right there, all in this cave system that was once ancient Maya. Okay, so we have reptiles that are there, giant reptile turtles, and then we have carvings on the wall which signify reptile royalty, and shows you that there was a civilization of people which evolved out of this cave system, which makes sense though, however, because of the fact that it's my position that our planet, which is now 85 to 87% water, was once back in its time was 100% water. Now, and through that, all life forms which evolved on this planet, which included us, had to evolve through the water bodies of our world, which would make us part fish because we are living in an aquarium. Now, having said that, the other bodies of water that we are living in, okay, that we rely on, besides the oceanic and the fresh waters of our body, is the water that is over our head, the cloud system, which is vaporized water. That is 100%. We are living between bodies of water, which makes us completely bodies of fish. Point blank. I'm going to leave it with that before I slide off to my next image here. Okay, there's that cave system again. And again, it depends on the resolution that you get, that you will be able to be drawn into this. And people swim in this location. It actually has some type of draw to it. When you look at these pictures, you say that this is absolutely beautiful. But each time that you look at these pictures, now that you see this over here, you can actually see a turtle here, and it almost looks like a decomposed turtle, a turtle that which is in decomposition. And this is truly what is actually happening, because the turtle is stuck in time. It decomposed already through its era, through the volcanism that it whatever and frozen in this time, through that volcanism that caused it to be coming frozen and captured in time. But now it's going through like another type of decomposition, which is the decay of this area, this cave system of the rocks. So it's going through a slow metamorphic death of decomposition, and it's like taking this forever long period of death that his body is going to deteriorate, and that's what is happening, and that's just what it looks like when you see it. All right, I'm gonna go to another image. There's the turtle again. Again, everything that I told you on those two shells, those two turtle shells, but the one and the other turtle shell was upside down on the back of the other. I'll show you that. But all of this here, you can identify with the turtle shell. And I actually have it drawn out. So I'm going to get to my next picture. And I'm going to show you on the picture that I have it drawn out for you, because I have it highlighted. There's another turtle, okay? And this turtle looks almost identical to the one that I've actually found. It doesn't have the points and all of that, but all of the cuts in the shell are there in that cave system, in that Maya cave system. And it has this turtle is facing the same way that the other turtle is, and then it has another upside down shell on its back. So it is not one but two turtles, and then the other turtle is facing it. So in that cave system, when you spot the first turtle, the larger one is on that bank right there. It has another turtle shell that seems to be on his back upside down, which is right here. And I'm going to point that out when I get to my next image here, so you can be fully aware of that. This is the same image. Also, again, in here, I believe that this cave system also is mimicking that of, you wouldn't believe this when I'm telling you that this entire cave system is mimicking that of the turtle body. And I can't tell you everything about this. I can't give you up everything of what I'm feeling and what I'm encountering about this through my experience and encounter. But this is almost like a symbolic place, which is where this is almost like the sense of a a turtle's den, a turtle, not, I wouldn't say a turtle's heaven, but a place where there's like a homage being paid, contributed to that of mankind evolving through this body of this creature. And this is what this cave system is is symbolizing. Where are we at? Come on, keep going. All right, there's a turtle here. There's a turtle here, and lo and behold, these turtles are indigenous of that area. So to see these turtles, here's a turtle swimming in that cave system. So this is again what I'm describing, and what I'm finding is something that is already consistent with that area, something that is ancient with that area. And this is the same thing throughout the globally throughout our planet, is that these creatures, which have a long history with these locations, they're almost like mascots. And wherever just like today with our schools, in your school, in mine, we have the fighting clan. I'm in Vine, they call it the fighting clan. We have the bird. I mean, all of these creatures that they're describing, and then in some areas you have the snake, or you have the bull, or you have the ram at these schools. It's the same thing with these areas, with these ancient locations, where you show me an ancient deity which has something to do with with some type of reptile. Then the creature is actually indigenous of that land, and they're describing how they use the body of that creature to further their genetic bridging and manipulation, and to become the people, the tribe or the group of people that they are today. And that's what this is actually describing. And there's more to it than that, but I mean, I'm going to just describe it in a layman's sense. But there's the turtle, and that's actually swimming in that cave mechanism that is there. I have to give you another slide. I'm going to keep this moving. And here it is again here, and I have it highlighted. Now, you probably can't see my highlights because they look a little blurred out, but I'm going to bring you in as close as I can here. All right. There's my highlights over here in the corner. The green outlines the turtle's shell right here. There's the turtle's head here. And then here is it in like that maroon color on the turtle's back is another turtle shell. Now this is a complete turtle here that you can see, that you can find and Google yourself and see. Then you'll see another head coming in towards that turtle from out of the water body here. One turtle facing another. And then you have this upside down turtle shell right here on the larger turtle, which is here. There's a full body of the turtle here in green. This appears to be the left back leg. Here's the left front leg. His head is here, and then on the back of his body, it looks like a rock that fell from the top and crushed this its shell. The original turtle shell here is actually another turtle shell which is empty, upside down on this turtle's back, and it seems to be the weight of it seemed to have crushed this turtle shell here, and they're almost like meshed together. This one here gave in under the weight. That's what this actually seems like. So, which looks like a boulder right here is actually another turtle shell which is upside down on this one. And it's my belief that what is happening is that through the volcanism that caused that this actually became solidified in rocks. But what has happened is that the character of the turtle was all preserved, so you should be able to see, like I see, the squares, all of the line fixtures, all the symmetry through the rock, which distinctly describes and details the body of a turtle shell, and you can see it all. Now, amazingly, this top one seemingly has almost like carvings in the side of it that does not, even though you have the defining turtle shell features that it has, it even has that where it goes into the neck, where that piece open and closes for the neck. It has all of that. But this one strangely has the one that's on top, that's upside down on this one here that's closest to the water, seemingly has carvings which were man-made right there in the side of the shell, right here on the side of the shell. So look for that as well too. Again, I'm gonna make a slide video. Look for my slide video, and my slide video will detail more. I'll enlarge these pictures and bring them in closer and show you the full bodies of these turtles and the markings which distinctly identify them. Also, the carvings that are over here, I'm going to highlight these for you as well too, which describe apparently a king's face and an ape's face facing that king, and reptilian faces, all in here in these carvings in this cave system. Okay, so I'm gonna look for my slide video to do that. I just wanted to do this talk show, this talk video to guide you through that. All right, that seems to be it for this video. I'm gonna put more in writing, and I'll look for my slide video, which I'll do right behind this one. I'm gonna shut this down. Thank you for watching.